What is tort reform, and how has it changed tort claims litigation? Tort reform refers to changes in the civil justice system that are designed to limit the ability of individuals to bring certain types of lawsuits, particularly those related to torts. Tort law covers civil wrongs that result in harm, and it often involves claims for compensation by the injured party. Tort reform efforts aim to address perceived issues in the legal system, such as excessive litigation, high demand awards, and rising insurance costs. Some common elements of tort reform in North Carolina include damage caps. One of the most common forms of tort reform is the imposition of caps on the amount of damages that can be awarded in certain types of cases. This is intended to prevent excessively high jury awards. These caps are particularly for medical malpractice claims in North Carolina for compensatory damages. Caps are also in place for punitive damages in North Carolina. There are also statute of limitations. Tort reform may involve changes to the statute of limitations, limiting the time within which a lawsuit can be filed after the alleged injury occurred. This has also occurred in medical malpractice cases in North Carolina. Next, collateral source rule. The collateral source rule is a legal principle that prevents a defendant from reducing damages by the amount of compensation the plaintiff receives from other sources such as insurance. Some tort reforms modify or eliminate this rule. North Carolina particularly has put restrictions on the amount plaintiffs can argue they have incurred for medical bills. Next, expert witness standards. Reforms may establish stricter standards for the admissibility of expert testimony, making it more challenging for certain types of expert witnesses to testify in court. Next, alternative dispute resolution, or ADR. Encouraging or requiring the use of alternative dispute resolution methods, such as mediation or arbitration instead of going to court, is another aspect of tort reform. North Carolina has mandatory mediation in all tort cases filed in the state. The impact of tort reform on tort claims and litigation can be complex and varies depending on the specific reforms implemented. Proponents argue that tort reform helps reduce frivolous lawsuits, lower insurance costs, and create a more predictable legal environment. Critics, on the other hand, may argue that it limits access to justice for those who have suffered legitimate injuries and reduces the deterrent effect on potential wrongdoers. Despite North Carolina's tort reforms, we still do not see lower insurance costs for medical bills.